So, what is a narcissist's worst nightmare? Like, what are narcissists most afraid of? And here's a hint, y'all. It probably isn't going to be an educated empath. Today, this is what we're talking about today, y'all. You get the perspective of a diagnosed narcissist about a narcissist's worst nightmare. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I am that diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Boom. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Yes. Ooh, y'all hyped today. I'm feeling good today, y'all. I'm feeling very good. Truth of the matter is, I literally just read Man's Search for Meaning again. And that book is already changed my life. It's an impactful story. I love that book. Changed my life. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Amazing book. I just reread it and I'm just energized to move forward and try to enjoy the rest of my life and whatnot. But what's a narcissist's worst nightmare? I know at the beginning, I might have set a lot of people off and got a lot of people angry with the educated empath comment, but y'all, I had to say that. I had to. Yeah, can an empath be a narcissist's worst nightmare? Yeah, it could, right? Could possibly. Could it be true? Yeah, possibly. It depends on what that empathetic person, what type of power they possess. Right? Do they possess the tools to introduce a narcissist to their worst nightmare? That's the most important thing. It's not a type of person. It's what that person possesses. Right? It's what that person possesses. There's a lot of educated empaths that are no longer an educated empath typically would not be in a relationship with a narcissist. Like, I'm not saying that they would never get into a relationship with a narcissist. I'm not saying that. You can get the education while you're in that relationship, right? What I'm saying is an educated empath typically makes their way outside of the relationship or learns how to deal with the narcissistic person to the best of their abilities while they're still in it. You know, again, this is a no judgment zone about staying or leaving. I just give you the tools to make the decision that you want to make, right? I used to tell people just like, you should leave all narcissists. I don't say that because if I tell you to leave, that's me making a decision for you. You have to come to that decision on your own. Just like narcissists have to come to the decision on their own that they need to go to therapy. You see how that works right there. It's a cycle. It's a unique space that we all kind of fall into. So this is something you have to think about. So Lee, get to the point. Like, okay, you already hurt our feelings with the educated empath comment. I'm about to click off right now. Tell us now, what's a narcissist's worst nightmare? You remember what I said? That an educated empath can possess the tools to hurt the narcissist, to deliver a narcissist to their worst nightmare, to give like to put matter of fact to put the narcissist under, so the narcissist version of Freddy Krueger can get him right. The narcissist's worst nightmare is Freddy Krueger. If you haven't understood that, no, but Lee, narcissists are Freddy Krueger. What are you talking about? No, a narcissist's worst nightmare, absolutely, can be just in this space right here. A narcissist's worst nightmare can be an educated empath, but it's what the educated empath can do. It's what the empathetic person can do. It's what this person can do. These people can do. To me, the biggest fear a narcissist has, or a narcissist's worst nightmare, so to speak, is being exposed for who we really are. And you notice I said we, me, I, my, me. This is me as well, right? This is how I used to experience life. I used to be so damn near petrified. At first I was afraid. Then I was petrified to think about I could live my life without, you know, something. No, but seriously, I was afraid of being exposed for who I really was. That was my worst nightmare. That's the worst nightmare of a lot of narcissistic people. It really is. And it's not me saying that you can't do, like I said, an educated empath can deliver a narcissist to their worst nightmare by exposing them or the thought of being exposed, right? It's not always the exposure, so to speak. It can be the thought about being exposed and whatnot, right? And this is what typically happens. This is what normally goes on. So I say that to say this. Now, I know a lot of people want to hurt narcissists because you got hurt, right? I understand that. I get that wholeheartedly, right? I get that wholeheartedly. I understand that wholeheartedly. I really, really do understand that, right? And so in that space right here, I get it, but you have to be safe. You have to protect your peace. You have to protect yourself. You have to understand the interworkings of a narcissist's mind. You have to understand that type of stuff right there. You really do. So I say that to say this, that a lot of narcissists just don't want to give you the ability to expose them. This is why a lot of narcissists, with their biggest nightmare, their worst nightmare being exposure, they never show you who they truly are. Like, they keep stuff from you. They hide things from you. They pretend to be other people. You see all their behaviors. It's kind of like the behaviors are pointing due north, right? The behaviors are pointing due north in this space right here. The behaviors are pointing to this fact that, like, I'm a narcissist. I don't want to be exposed for who I really am. So in order to protect myself, I hide who I really truly am. You see how that works? You see how it works, don't you? So I want to protect myself. I don't want to be exposed. I lie, I manipulate, I gaslight. I do all of these things to keep people away. I do all of these things to separate people and whatnot. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I don't want to be exposed. I start smear campaigns because I don't want to be exposed. Because I'm afraid of exposure, I pre-expose you. They pre-expose you. They start making up rumors and lying about you. They're so afraid of being exposed that they lie about you. Ain't that crazy? Isn't that something? Isn't that a hoot? You know what I mean? Isn't that something right there? So that's something to think about when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, is the fact that they are going to be liars and manipulators because they want to protect themselves at all costs. They want to get away with schmurder, so to speak. So it's just like, they will lie about what, Lee, why do narcissists start a smear campaign on you when you haven't done anything wrong? I say that to say that because they want to just muddy the waters. They want to cloud the truth. Right? They want to cloud the truth. They want to muddy the waters. They want to do this. They want to do that. So a lot of times they will absolutely lie about you. They'll tell people that you have been doing to them what they've actually been doing to you. Y'all see I'm moving around right now. I got a new mic. I'm moving around. I got room to move around. I could dance. I could do all this stuff right here. I can move. I'm not seated right now. I feel like I have more energy when I stand up. So we put it on the tripod and stuff like that now. But I got this blank space right here, this wall right here. You know? So they will lie about what you are doing to get ahead of you, like to prevent exposure. Think about it, y'all. This is why they lie to your friends and family. This is why sometimes they'll even start a smear campaign while they're still with you, because it's their nightmare that you will tell the truth about them. Think about it. You have the power. An educated empath possesses the tools to effectively and safely expose a narcissist. So yeah, an educated empath could be a narcissist's worst nightmare because they possess the tools to expose them. You possess the tools that can lead to the exposure. They possess the tools to be able to do this and do that. You see what I'm saying? This is what typically happens. This is the space that so many of us enter into. So I want y'all to empower yourselves. Like, this is why I'm doing this. This is a lot of times. This is why I do these videos. So I want you to wake up and understand that you can be an educated empath and still be in an abusive relationship. You know, I want you to wake up to the point and to the possibility of thriving and understanding what you are going through. And sometimes, like I say, you might have to fight back. You know, and this is me not me telling you that, like, you got to fight back. You got to do this. You got to do that. This is me saying that, like, sometimes you got to empower yourself to be able to fight back. Like, so many of us in this niche or this sphere of narcissistic abuse and this narc talk or narcissistic Instagram and stuff like that. So many of us talk about methods to protect yourself and to defend yourself. You know, typically those methods are passive, gray rocking, yellow rocking, you know what I mean? Documenting, that type of stuff right there. But sometimes you might have to fight back. I typically tell people, hey, if the smear campaign isn't bothering you, if it's not ruining your life, ignore it. The fire will die on its own. But sometimes you have to be able to fight back. This person has exposed you to the world and try to make you seem like you're an abuser. and you have proof, sometimes you got to fight back, right? This is not me telling you to post it, but sometimes you might have to. If you document this stuff, if you have proof, this is why you do need to document, just in case you need to fight back in courts, online, whatever the case may be, right? Let's keep it hot and ready. Like, if my biggest fear is exposure, I don't want to be exposed, so I'm going to keep things to a cuff. I'm going to hide things. I'm going to lie. I'm going to do whatever it needs to be. I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to stay woke, right? For me to stay woke. I know people have used the word woke and perpetuated into this weirdo shit and just annoying. Just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Boy, shit's insane. But this is the space that so many of us fall into. So watch for the smear campaign. This is why they're smear campaigning you, because their biggest fear is you exposing them. This is why they record reactive. This is why they try to set you up for reactive abuse incidents, because their biggest fear is you exposing them. This is why a lot of them do what they do, because the biggest fear is you exposing them. So this is something that you have to consider. This is something you have to go through. This is something that you have to you got to work through it, y'all. And you can power yourself through it. This is why I say an educated empath could be a narcissist's worst nightmare, because you know what reactive abuse is, right? Reactive abuse is when the narcissist sets you off and then you're reacting to them. And a lot of times you're yelling and screaming at them, you're throwing things at them. And sometimes they record it when you're doing that. So they make you look like the abuser, right? So when you look like the abuser, they win. An educated empath can stay calm, doesn't react to the things that they're going through. So you don't give them that ammunition to hit you with later on, to make you seem like you're an abuser, to protect their image because they're afraid of being exposed. You see how it all comes together, y'all. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into this episode, Narcissist's Worst Nightmare. Turn on notifications, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And y'all, my next course is done. It's called Finding Your Why, Healing and Thriving After Narcissistic Abuse. It's 40 in-depth videos about escaping and dealing with a narcissistic person. Like, the people who join my newsletter are going to get first access to it and whatnot. I'm going to be sending an email out in the next couple of days. It's fire. I'm telling you. The newsletter link is in the description of every video and podcast I do. Check it out, join the newsletter, and we will get access to the course here pretty soon. It's in depth, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Before you go, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, y'all. You already here. Just hit the button. Also, you can find my coaching, my courses, my one-on-ones. Everything is available at my website, mentalhealness.net. Kids book, self-love journal. Also, check out joining the channel memberships as well, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super grateful. I'm out. Peace.